Hey, Rick.
Hey, Jack. Morning.
Good morning. That hammer grab's fun to watch.
Yeah,
Dumas seems to be moving along quite quickly.
good.
As a new day dawns on Oak Island, for brothers Rick and Marty Lagina and the members of their team, the hope that they may be on the verge of solving a 228-year-old treasure mystery has never been higher.
Morning, Roger.
Morning, Rick.
How are you?
Morning. How's it going? Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
What's the depth?
Well, right now we're about 23 feet. We're going to be marking a little bit more, blowing that in, and then we're going to be installing another 2 sets.
Okay.
Although a number of investigations are currently being conducted all across the island to search for critical clues and valuables, their most promising operation is underway in the Money Pit area with Dumas Contracting Limited, a mining company that is reconstructing the so-called garden shaft.
The material's still just really mucky right now?
Yeah. So it's kind of, you can tell that it's backfilled clay,
Yeah.
but you're right. They kind of were careful as to what they dumped in there.
Correct.
Based on numerous recent discoveries this year, the team has good reason to believe that this 80-foot deep, decayed wooden structure may be connected to the original money pit. Wood samples from the shaft have not only been dated to 1735, but water testing within it has also revealed high trace evidence of gold. In addition, it is also located in close proximity to a potential void or chamber that the team drilled into earlier this year at a depth of just 55 feet.
There are some pretty concrete signs that say this might be the original money pit, or it could be right next to it. It could have been the original attempt, one of the original attempts. I really would like to see what's at the bottom of that shaft.
So the hope is that once we get down 50, 60 feet, we'll be able to drill horizontally, vertically.
Yep.
Then hopefully we do find a tunnel from this shaft, at least in some direction. Some of our better water sample tests have been from here that had the gold and the silver.
Yeah.
We would love to find original work. So there's all kinds of hopes here. We just have to learn as much as we can about this location.
Yep.
Having already rebuilt the first 2 sets, or 8-foot sections, of the garden shaft, in the coming weeks, Dumas will complete a new vertical structure down to a total depth of approximately 80 feet. During the process, they also have the ability to probe outside the shaft and even build lateral tunnels in order to let members of the team search for evidence of treasure.
There we go. Heads up, guys.
Here we go.
Okay, tie lining coming down, watch out.
As the team from Dumas continues excavating and reconstructing the garden shaft,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
members of the team will be able to monitor the operation using the Inuktun Spectrum 120 high-definition camera.
So we're fortunate enough to be able to put a camera down here with Roger's assistance. So, I mean, it's a great tool for us to be able to see what's going on down there.
It's amazing.
The device, which features a lens that can pan 360 degrees, is not only designed to operate in low-light conditions, but is also equipped with a number of visual enhancement capabilities, such as high-powered zoom function.
It really gives you an idea how small of an area it is. See those 2
It
guys
is,
down there.
Yeah. Do I believe that there's treasure at the bottom of the guard shaft? I'll be honest, I'm hopeful, but I just want to get underground the money pit. Let's get underground and exploit the opportunities that the shaft represents. I want to go down there.
Soon.
It's an exciting day.
Yeah.
Roger.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
In the money pit area, Rick Lagina, along with Oak Island Operations Manager Scott Barlow, are about to experience a moment that Rick has dreamed of since he was just a boy and first read about the Oak Island mystery.
We have all kinds of emotions running through us, you know. Bottom line is we're radically changing the search agenda now. We're going to go looking for what's underground by being underground. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I think so.
But it's kind of bittersweet, like I was telling him just before we walked in. This will be our only first time underground in the money pit, so we better enjoy it, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's going to be a moment that we're going to remember the rest of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so what
we'll
do we
get
have
you
to do?
suited up. Also, I've got a couple of coveralls for you guys here.
Okay, cool.
I got another one for you, Scott.
Now that the reconstruction of the garden shaft has reached a depth of 44 feet, and after completing the required safety training,
Perfect.
Rick will have his first opportunity ever to personally go underground in the money pit area.
Okay, guys, we're gonna head down there and we're gonna go see what we can see. Sounds good?
Yep.
For the first time, we're going to go underground in the money pit. That in and of itself is pretty cool. But we're here to solve the mystery. Go ahead, Roger.
There you go.
And the hope is that when we go down in the shaft, our senses will be more attuned to the possibilities of what the shaft represents in terms of furthering our understanding in the money pit.
There we go. I'll go down and you guys can follow me in there. Let me know if you have any questions on the way down, Rick.
Yep.
Okay. It's intensely emotional to be underground in the money pit where so many people who have come before us had that same experience. And I think life is all about shared experience because I do believe this is a wonderful story and we know the people that have come before us. Their legacy now is being carried by us. Wow. Beautiful. I believed in Oak Island since I was a little boy. As a little boy, I dreamt of treasure and hidden wealth and booby traps and underground tunnels. Wow. And now that I'm underground in the money pit, I'm in awe.
This is astounding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is, eh? So what you see below this set that we're installing right now, everything in there in the bottom that you see is all original.
Wow. I mean, not just the work you're doing, which is quite amazing,
Yeah.
but this is what is astounding. You're looking at history, right?
To see how that wood has been preserved is unbelievable, eh?
It's amazing.
It's quite remarkable.
Yeah, it is, eh?
You look at this shaft and you think, my goodness, people long ago, they didn't have cranes. It's a testament to their will, to their desire, to their belief that where there's a will, there's a way. And there was certainly a will to their enterprise. Not only the searchers, but the original depositors as well.
So, Roger, now that we're down near 50 feet here, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential for other works to be in the area. Offset chambers and the tunnel at the 95-foot mark.
Oh, for sure.
There may be original work beneath this.
You're right. And that's one of the reasons why we pound on that timber all the time, to see if there's any void behind us. But yeah, we're expecting to get some answers as to what happened here, why.
Boy, this is interesting and it's quite phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It is.
It's been an amazing experience. You stand here and you look up.
Yeah.
I can't explain how I feel right now.
Thank you. This has been very unique, right?
Yep. Forever grateful for this opportunity.
Really, really
Good.
appreciate it.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Holy shamoly. Look at that.
At the northern point of the swamp, on property belonging to the family of Fred Nolan, Rick Lagina has just found a large wooden stake.
Does it look old here? Tough to tell, isn't it? It looks
hacked.
like it's been hacked.
It's axe cut. There's no
Yeah, it's
question
not
about
sawed.
A wooden stake found in the swamp? In 1969, Oak Island landowner and treasure hunter Fred Nolan set out to drain the swamp after becoming convinced that the answers to the Oak Island mystery were located within it. During his investigation, Fred was astonished to discover several uniform lines of wooden stakes, which were carbon dated to the 1500s. A land surveyor by trade, it was Fred's professional assessment that these stakes were evidence of centuries-old survey markers used to plot out the boundaries in a massive construction project. This led Fred to the astonishing conclusion that Oak Island was once actually two islands, artificially joined together by means of the triangle-shaped swamp.
How many cuts are there?
Fred and Tom both told me there were 4 or 5 on every one.
1, 2,
3, 4.
yeah, 5.
That's exactly what they described. Fred actually did show me one. It's certainly got the proper look to it. It's got the proper size, diameter, and thus one could speculate, again, it's speculation, that the swamp had been created. Dan and Fred, they pulled one up together, cut the tip off and Triton Alliance sent it off to be carbon dated. Carbon date came back 1575, plus or minus 85 years. Finding a survey stake is important because it's corroborative. Is this really a man-made activity that is associated with the swamp? You know, it's items like that that may provide answers. Marty! Yo! Think I found one of the survey stakes. Why don't you come over and take a look?
Hey, that sounds great. We're on it.
It's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah, well, that's what he was looking for. All right, let's see it.
What you got?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's for real.
Oop.
That's not a natural shape.
No.
And remember how they said it was preserved?
Yeah, from the bottom.
From the bottom.
Well, it's definitely been in place a while, because you can tell if you look at the preservation here and how much it's decayed up there. So you get a kind of sense of time with the top being so much.
This looks virgin.
Right, but this looks old.
Very much so. I agree with you. It's pretty cool. Hey, Rick.
What?
Okay, so I don't get it. Why aren't you over the moon about this survey stake? Why aren't you doing a stake dance?
I don't do stake dances. I'm very interested in it. To me, they look
Exactly right.
exactly right.
Yeah, I was impressed, honestly, because to me it looks identical to what he's described, and my skepticism level diminishes.
For Rick, Marty, and the team, finding new evidence that the mysterious triangle-shaped swamp is man-made could soon lead to another major breakthrough. It also means that the access they now have to Fred Nolan's property could allow them to gather a host of even more important clues. As another day begins on Oak Island, Rick Lagina returns to the swamp with geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner to show him the mysterious rock feature unearthed one day ago.
So what we're doing here is trying to determine the boundaries of the paved area.
Right.
We have a full crew of witnesses here. We were digging the shaft because Fred was never forthcoming in terms of what his aspirations here, what his goals were.
Right.
So the idea was just dig below that to see what might be there. But then we noticed a rock feature there.
Well, initially you saw a lot of water, but then it exposed itself to a deeper, looked like deeper paved area.
Like multiple rocks.
Yeah, stacking of rocks.
Yeah, well, I'd really like to see this.
We can show that to you, Bill. Why don't you start
Yeah.
bailing and we'll take a look.
Yep.
We've not revealed the paved area in its entirety, but at this point we're all surprised. Think about it, 225 years. Here in the swamp, the most enigmatic place on the entire island, this structure was not known till just lately. And yet it's highly suggestive of the fact that it holds clues or information.
They think it's that way? Or this
No,
way?
it's all this way, all the way around like that. It stops about here.
Right.
Can you see that, how it's bubbling up?
Yep.
But as we get down to it, you'll see the water starts coming in at such a fast rate.
If this paved area continued here and he hit it, the water would have gone. Because it's open work. It's rock on rock. It's just, it would be like a natural aquifer.
Yeah, it was uncontrollable.
Yeah. Like I can see, look at it coming in right over there.
Yes. Just beginning to see the tops of the rock. See them?
Yep. It's not what we see anywhere else out here except the paved area. See the sticks?
Yep.
And the rocks?
Yep.
That to me looks very, very similar. I would say it's the same.
That is what? The paved area?
Yeah.
there is a direct connection to the paved area, but it still doesn't answer the question as to the why of things. And it rounds back to the who, why, and how of it.
Something happened here. The paved area has gone way up in terms of interest.
Just want to say thank you for coming out. I mean, you know, just like that is a puzzle, this is even a bigger puzzle because we had no expectation that this were here.
Right. It's getting to be a real conundrum.
Absolutely. Hey.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, guys.
Craig Tester joins Rick Lagina and other members of the Oak Island team in the war room.
So, big brother, how'd your trip to New York go? Tell me.
I'll tell you in one word, I was stunned.
Wow.
1 week ago, Rick received the shocking news that his close friend, researcher and author Zena Halpern, had passed away. Rick also learned that Zena had bequeathed to him the results of her life's work, including a vast trove of books and documents which seemed to connect the Oak Island mystery to activities involving the Knights Templar as far back as the 12th century.
I'm just so thrilled to know that her life's work isn't just going to stop right now.
I guarantee you it's not going to stop, Devin. Jason, it's not going to stop. She wouldn't allow it to stop, and we won't either.
Thank you, brother.
Yep.
The amount of material that Zena has wrought, the width and breadth of the lady's accomplishments in research, it was stunning. That is the word, stunning.
Is it tied to Oak Island?
I think we all have just a very rudimentary understanding of the work as it relates to Oak Island. The information is somewhat disjointed.
Do you have the information with you? You have it all?
I have some of it, but there was so much that we have to have it shipped. The information will all come to Oak Island. So one of the things that was found is a actual copy of the Cremona document. And it's a deposition by this English Templar knight. It's a description of a year-long voyage to the New World, what's called Onteora.
I know what this is. This is at the core of your mother's research.
While packing up Zena's collection of research, Rick discovered a copy of what is known as the Cremona document, a collection of maps and journal passages reportedly authored by the 12th century Templar knight, Ralph de Soudelay. It describes not only de Soudelay's journey to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, where he claimed to have recovered priceless religious treasures, including the Ark of the Covenant, but also a Templar voyage to the New World in the year 1178, more than 3 centuries before Christopher Columbus made landfall in North America.
I don't know if this is 100% accurate. I don't.
Right.
I do believe with 100% certainty that it's worth some commitment of ours to try to come to an understanding of whether not only is this relevant, but is it accurate? Here's my thought. We've now come into possession of some remarkable research, a lifetime's worth of research, literally. And to that end, I propose that we establish a research center, a place where we can gather the information regarding our work, our pursuit of answers for the Oak Island mystery, and commit ourselves to that endeavor. I want to carry her work forward. I do. Once Zena's research is here and housed here, it will foster this sense of that the information hunt is indeed important. I believe there's a lot more to glean from her research, and who knows where those paths lead us. I think the future of that research, Zena's legacy, if you will, is in very good hands on Oak Island.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the research center idea is timely because, you know, it's going to take some real digging to mess with this. So keep going, keep digging is all I can say, and see what's try and separate out fact from fiction.
I'm going to make certain that we follow up on this.
Good job, you guys.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Talk to you later. Bye.